What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review today from our good friends over at Ringside Collectibles, your #1 source for all the wrestling action figures. We have the newest arriving set, Elite 79, in which we're going to review Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Bobby Fish. As always, use code 4LIFE to save 10% off your next purchase at Ringside. And getting into it, let's take a look at Bobby Fish. Absolutely love the attire. Very excited to have the camo. He comes with quite a few accessories. Getting right into it, let's take a look at the NXT Championship. Looks phenomenal. I did notice it was a little big in the back. I think that's just to get it over the plastic shirt so he can wear it on top of that. The strap is a little long. So if you do take off the shirt and display him without the belt, it does look a little baggy is my only complaint. But I like how these new plastic shirts are closing in the back. Not with those little buttons that were on the side. Just makes them look a little more aesthetically pleasing. You got Shock the System on the top. Let's get a little closer look. And of course, the Undisputed Era on the front of the shirt. I do like how these kind of have the painted armbands on. I'm not a fan of those free-floating plastic armbands. I feel like eventually they do break. So definitely a nice touch over there on my preference. Getting the shirt off while we're at it. You can take a look at this beautiful attire. Love the camo. Looks so good. Going all the way down to the silver kick pads. Looking on the back, this looks really, really good. He's got the tats on the shoulder. And continuing down, you'll see the back of the kick pads also have the camo. Very excited to get this. I was disappointed that that fan poll series that Adam Cole did not win. And we're going to have to wait a while to get the matching Adam Cole in the camo attire. But just to give you an idea what I was talking about with the belt, when you do clasp it on his waist, you can notice it's a little loose, it's a little baggy. So I don't know if you want to maybe have him carried over the shoulder, or if you plan on, you know, having him on with a shirt and the belt around it, that'll be no problem for you too. Taking a look at the other accessories he does come with, we do get a bunch of interchangeable hands, including the 2 thumbs out poses, and then the hand motion for the Undisputed Era, which is very cool. And I do have this shirt from the Epic Moments 3-pack, which I plan to put on him. And you know what? I don't even really mind this plastic shirt. I kind of like it. The sleeveless ones don't restrict the articulation. But if I can get cloth on them, I think that's the way I'm going to go with this display. And let's see how that belt looks on with this shirt. Still a little baggy. And I guess we'll play with it and figure it out. We'll see how we get him displayed on the shelf. And taking a close-up look on the scan. Came out very nice. It looks like he's missing a little paint on the mustache area. I don't know if you can see that, but not too bad, not too noticeable. And while we're at it, we got Bobby Fish here. Let's get the rest of the Undisputed Era. We got Adam Cole, baby. And Roderick Strong. Cannot wait for the Kyle O'Reilly coming out in, I think it's Elite 80, which will complete the camo look. As you can see, the Roderick Strong does have the camo tights underneath to match this figure. These look phenomenal together. Very big fan of these guys. I love factions. I feel like this is a throwback to the old school days. We don't have too many of them, so very excited for that one, and can't wait to get them completed. Let's get him out of the way. Jumping into the next figure, we're going to take a look at Daniel Bryan. Now this is an interesting one. It kind of is just a repaint. You know, no cloth shirt included. We do get a lot of interchangeable hands, which I feel like has been the norm with Daniel Bryan. I know he's very minimalistic. We did get that one with that hem title, which was kind of cool, but I feel lately they've just been kind of throwing a bunch of hands at us. I don't know. Not Mattel's fault. Maybe D-Bryan needs to give us a little something more to go off of. But this is a perfect example of a figure kind of reusing existing parts to make an interesting release. So he does come with, obviously, the yes hands, which are on there too. But he does come with 2 interchangeable heads. Take a look at them side by side. So this is one where we've seen both heads before. Obviously on the earlier released Daniel Bryan from many moons ago. And the mountain man kind of look with the beard and the long hair. So based on your preference, you can go with, I guess, the Planet's Champion head. Or kind of the more current look with the shorter hair. Both kind of go nicely. But, you know, definitely an added bonus to get the 2 heads in there. Personally, I think I'm going to stay with this scan because I do have the last release figure. Get this camera to focus. I do have the last release figure of Daniel Bryan with the longer hair, and as you can see, it is identical. Nothing different about it. Threw the shirt on from the one with that green attire. Added the hands, so kind of a nice little look going to it there. If you want to see what the head looks like on this figure, we will pop it off and pop it on. Once I can snap this in, there we go. Took a little bit of an effort, but there is the other head. Kind of looks like he's got no neck. I don't know. I feel like maybe the other one may be a better option. But that's kind of how he looks with the longer hair. And for comparison's sake, I do have another earlier Daniel Bryan. I don't even remember these series anymore. You believe we're getting up to like Elite 80, and soon enough, a couple more years, we'll be at 100. Very cool. But here's 3 of my Daniel Bryans I have, just to give you an idea for comparison's sake and scale sake. Very happy with both, or all 3, I should say. And if you want to see the attire comparison, they are kind of similar to the last 2 releases. You see the just kind of different color scheme, different patterns, but very very close. I think I would kind of give an edge to this one. I know this the last Daniel Bryan release came with this title, but I don't know, the green and the 2 heads kind of really put it over the top. Not a bad figure, but not one you need if you have other Daniel Bryan figures in your collection. And getting to the last figure, one personally I am very excited for, and I never thought I would say I was excited for a Roman Reigns figure, and not because I'm not a fan of his, just they're all so similar. Like, you have one Roman, you've kind of had them all. The head scans have kind of varied only so much over the years, but since Roman's come back, I know I definitely dig the story they're going with him. This tough guy, kind of mess everyone up and leave attitude. So this figure kind of came out at the perfect time, and it really is a solid figure. Getting into it, obviously you get the undisputed title, or sorry, the universal title in the red. The blue one is coming out with the Bill Goldberg in that WrestleMania series, so soon enough we'll get an updated one. So the title's cool. Obviously we've seen that with plenty of other Romans before. The interchangeable hands, again, very similar to what we've seen before. You got the 2 open hands, you got the fist, you got that kind of like surfer pose, and again, those other variant hands are on the figure itself right now. Looking at the scan, when they released this on the last basic, I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. I wanted to buy one to do a head swap, but figured we'd get one eventually on an Elite, and sure enough, we do get 2 different heads with this figure. Kind of wish we would have gotten one with a beard. That would have been like pretty spot on to the Roman we're seeing on screen today. But nonetheless, very happy to have two different looks. You can have him hanging out backstage with his hair up, you know, kind of smiling for the camera. Then his hair goes down when it's time to go to the ring and fight and kick ass. And again, the attire is very similar to what we've seen. I do like the gold on the vest. But here's a little throwback to something we haven't seen in a while. Mattel has finally given us the molded gauntlets back on Roman Reigns. This has been a long time coming. Sorry, I can't get that to focus. It says Roman Reigns on there, if you could see it slightly. And how phenomenal does that look? We finally get a fisted hand with this gold molded gauntlet with his logo on there. That looks so freaking badass. I absolutely love it. Hands down, until we probably get our Ultimate Edition Roman Reigns figure, this is the best Roman Reigns possibly made ever. And this is the other Roman that I have for my display. This is from the Epic Moments. Just to give you a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. Now let's swap the heads just to kind of see how he goes in line with the other. Okay. And these head swaps have been a pain in the ass today. Alright. So there we got Roman. Again, the scan's very similar. We've definitely seen them before. But just look at the presence of this figure. I feel like those molded gauntlets make such a big difference. I mean, look. Look how much fattier that fist looks. Forget we have the interchangeable hands. Let's see if I can get this camera to focus. Sorry about that. But what a difference that makes. Instead of this painted on piece of black, you get this molded piece, so when he hits you with that Superman punch, it means something. It's not this little flimsy painted on piece of garbage. I was kind of disappointed when they got rid of these molded gauntlets, because a lot of the earlier Roman Reigns figures did have it. Definitely nice to see it on here. Oh, hold on. Roman's getting interrupted. You got to sign the contract, Roman. But definitely digging this set. Display him with your Paul Heyman. Throw that contract in there. Have him spear people and punch them in the face. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, use code 4LIFE to save 10% off Ringside. Follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects. And subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Have a great one, guys.